Hello, everybody. This is NFL Chaos with Jeremy, and I am the Chaos. Welcome to NFL Mock Draft 11.0. Although you'll notice that it doesn't say in parentheses New York Jets, and that's because we're going to do the New York Jets, but we're also going to do the entire first round. So, the first part of this video is going to be the full first round. We might make it only to the top 15, the top 20, the top 25, because I don't have all day. And I know that it could take a long time. So there might be a part two, there might not be a part two. And as usual, our first person to make it into the studio or into the chat room, I should say, is Bryant Sill. Thank you for being here, Bryant. You're always the first one, and I appreciate your support. But let's get ready to do a full mock first round draft right after this. I like Hutchinson the best, and I don't think Linderbaum is worth a top 10 pick. Thibodeau slipped, and I am going to grab Thibodeau. The Giants took Khalil Elam. Good for them. Kenyon Green is a guarantee in my mind. He would be such a dream pick right here. Evan Neal is still on the board. I'm not going to pick Linderbaum. That 44 pick could be tight end. That 44 pick could be a good linebacker, a good safety. We could drop back one pick and pick up a second rounder for New Orleans. We got options here. We do have options. We always have options. But anyway, again, we are doing all the NFL teams first round. And if we finish it, we want to do a Jets draft, we can. I know that you're all Jet fans out there. I'm trying to change that. It's not because I don't want there to be a lot of Jet fans, but I want all NFL football fans to be here. So that's why I'm having guests, insiders from different teams. And I'm also going to do mock drafts that involve all teams. And it's important that we're not biased and we don't make our choices based on what we want to happen in front of us so the Jets can get their picks. We have to be fair and do our best to what we think would help each team when we do drafts like this. I'd like to welcome Bismo Charismo, all the way from Australia. And keen for it, guys. Okay. Hey. All right, listen in, my buddy. And we also have Braden Bethwood, who is also in Australia, I believe. And we'll have to take Jarrett Patterson next year. Oh, did Jarrett Patterson pull out? I did notice before when I was looking through that a lot of the rankings changed. George Pickens, for example, moved up about 50, 60 slots. So he's no longer going to be available in the 5th and 6th round. And I did notice, I saw Lindstrom, and I was like, what happened? Did Patterson get picked? I guess he decided to stay in the draft. That is not the best news for us. But, okay, that's why I always get confused, because Braden is in New Zealand and Bismo is in Australia. And that's what I got to get straightened out. Got to get that straightened out. Let me ask you something, Braden. If you manage somehow, like for some reason, if you manage to get Frankie in there and you get him into the Jets press room, are you going to come to the States to celebrate that and to be outside the press room or be in there with him, like, acting like, you holding his clipboard for him? I just want to know what your involvement will be and what your reward will be for making that happen. But I do we need to get Frankie in there. Tom Bon Jovi, what's up, my brother? Same to you. What's up, my brother? I hope you're doing good. We're going to do a little bit different of a draft. We are going to do the complete first round. That means we're going to pick for every team, and we're going to try to do what's best for that team. We're going to get started any second now. I do want to say that Tom Bon Jovi did ride in on a steel horse, I think. Something whatnot, and he's wanted, dead or alive. Let me say that right. Dead or alive. Okay. He's a cowboy. I'll never be able to do it right. So let's just select the first round. That's all we're doing is the first round. That's it. Just the first round. V-Man is in here. What's up, buddy? It's so comical how many Pats fans have fallen to admit Is our wear factor? You don't need a quarterback with wow factor to win today. You need an elite quarterback like Allen in the East. Yeah, but I'm sure they would argue back that he's only a rookie and that he'll be able to do more and more as he evolves or develops as a quarterback. But so I'm not going to be the first person to jump all over Mac Jones. But the New England, the Patriots got put in their place. Buffalo is the better team right now, and um, obviously, it was very evident that New England is going to have to do more and build more around Mac Jones if they expect to win. He didn't look like he's the guy that's going to carry you on his back. But again, it was his rookie year, so I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to be too down on the Patriots. There have been times where I've seen them get eliminated before. We once did it to them, and they always seem to bounce back. So until we're up on top, I'm not going to say a word. As soon as I can, I'll be there. I miss New York State. It's been a long time between drinks. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's for me too. The Postman, John Post, is here. Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports. Postman, make sure you stay in the chat, stay active. I might need your help with this. We're going to do a first round for every team, and I better get started. Otherwise, we're going to be here all day. So let me share screen. Share screen. I forgot to do that yesterday. Everybody's cracking up because they're trying to tell me it was like my green bean moment. I'm like, what are they saying? Why can't they see it? And I just wasn't sharing screen, so nobody could see what I was doing. Anyway, I think there's a way to select all. Select your team. So I'm going to select every team. I'm just going to do first round. I don't think the select draft speed matters because it's really as fast as we want to go. There's probably not going to be any trades. We're just going to do a mock first round that we know is not going to be completely realistic because there's going to be trades, but this is just kind of like what each team would do. If you pick all the teams, trades aren't offered. I know there'll be no trades offered here. So we're not going to have any trades. It's not what we're doing. We can get back to a normal Jets draft if you guys want. I just wanted to do a full mock draft. A lot of people search mock draft. They open it up. They find out I'm doing the Jets. They get pissed off and they go away. And that's not what I want for the channel. I want fans of other teams to be here. So let's get started. Let's do this draft. And we are going to start. We are the Jacksonville Jaguars now. We're going to go for our first pick. And here's where Jacksonville punished themselves. Jacksonville made, and hello, at Jets82, if I didn't say hello. What they did to punish themselves is they last year with the 26th pick decided to take a running back. And that was a tremendous mistake. Urban Meyers is gone now. Jacksonville's going to have to be a little smarter. And that mistake last year wasn't only stupid for that year. They had the chance to address tackle, and they didn't. And because of that, they don't get to take an edge this year. Now, if they would have taken the top tackle available at that point of the draft or top offensive lineman, maybe they get to choose now for defense. But if assuming they get any single GM with a brain, they're going to go offensive line. Absolutely, John. They're going to go offensive line. So they're going to take Evan Neal. And that's the smart pick for them. But they're stupid, man. They shouldn't have had to do that. They should have done that last year, right after they took Trevor Lawrence with their second first-round pick, and they didn't, and now they miss out. The Detroit Lions, they're in a little bit of a conundrum. Do they trust their quarterback? Do they give Goff one more year? It's not a good year to trade. The smart move would probably be to take the best player on the board and not worry about quarterback because it's a bad year for quarterback. We don't know what Detroit's going to do 100%. I think they're going to take Aiden Hutchinson because he plays in Michigan. He'd be a fan favorite. It's a nice story. And I just have this sense that they might grab him. So we're going to say Aiden Hutchinson with the second pick goes to Detroit. Now here comes Houston. A lot of people think that Houston is not going to go for a quarterback and that they like Davis Mills. I don't believe that. I think the firing of their coach shows that they are not happy with the direction of the team. And I really don't believe that they think Davis Mills is going to develop into anything more than a okay, maybe 26th, 27th best in the league, starter that can start games for you, that you'd have to put the most amazing team around to win. I don't believe they think he's the guy. I think they know they need a new quarterback. I think they're going to look at Matt Corral from Mississippi, and I think they might take him. What do you guys think? Am I being reasonable to say that Houston might take Matt Corral at quarterback with their first pick? Now, realistically, they'd want to trade down, but there might not be anybody willing to pay to trade up. Because usually you trade up for quarterback. I say that by the time the draft comes around, Matt Corral will have impressed people at combines, he'll have done some things, and Detroit will be ready to throw the dice on him and see if they can get their quarterback of the future. They got Goff locked up for next. The good thing is they have Goff there. They can leave Matt Corral on the bench to develop underneath them. I think it's a good long-term plan. I don't know how happy Goff will be about that, but it is what it is. So I'm going to say that I'm going to say that Detroit is going to take Matt Corral with the third pick. Houston, I'm sorry, and some Houston fans are going to be pissed off and say, no. Now, was there bias in that? I can't say there wasn't. Was there a part of me that did that because I wanted the Jets to get Thibodeau? Maybe. I don't know. But they definitely need a quarterback. If we go to quarterback needs for Houston, it clearly says, let's see if it says team needs. If we go to team needs, and you can't see the small print probably as well as I can, but when I find Houston, it says wide receiver, quarterback, safety, cornerback, offensive center. It doesn't say anything about needing an edge rusher. Nothing. So I don't think they would go wide receiver. They may take Hamilton because safety is a need, and cornerback. So they might take Stingley or they might take somebody like that. We have them in this draft taking a quarterback, but I think reasonably we have hope that they're not going to take a defensive end. So there is a very solid chance that the Jets will have the opportunity to get either Hutchinson or Thibodeau. Someone might try to jump in front of the Jets. That's a possibility. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. I like that. I like it when the family talks. So let's go and take Thibodeau for the Jets. New York Jets are going to take Kayvon Thibodeau. That is one of their big needs, is a edge rusher. The Giants are not going to waste any time. They're going to come right in there and they're going to say, we need a game-changing type player. They don't need a safety, though. They need an offensive lineman. They're going to jump right in there and grab the offensive guard, Kenyon Green. He's the best player for the offensive line that's on the board, and they're going to waste no time, and they're going to take him. Okay, we're going to go to Carolina. Carolina needs a quarterback. They might be the team that trades up in front of the Jets, which wouldn't be a bad thing because they'd be taking a quarterback. So we don't care if they do that. Strong possibility that they do that if they try to convince Houston to trade back, and maybe Houston says, okay, we don't need a quarterback that badly. I don't know. But if Carolina stays where they are, they really don't have any quarterbacks worth taking right now. If you look at Carolina's needs, you'll see they need a quarterback, safety, linebacker, or offensive center. So I think with this pick, Carolina is going to go towards their offensive line, and they're going to shock the world, and they're going to go early and take – no, they're not going to take Tyler Linderbaum that early. I'm out of my mind. They need a safety. They're just going to take Kyle Hamilton, and they'll take offensive line later. So Kyle Hamilton is going to go to Carolina. The Giants are going to go next. They already took someone for their offensive line, but I don't know if they're done yet. They're going to be tempted to take Charles Cross at tackle, or they're going to be tempted to take Tyler Linderbaum. But in reality, they would have traded back. By the way, did you notice that Sauce Gardner has moved up to 14 on the overall rating? So the ratings have been updated. So I think the Giants are going to go, and they're going to jump and take, Do they stay with the offensive line and take two offensive linemen? I don't think so. I think they're going to go for George Karlaftis and just take the edge, because it's always okay to go for, he's one of the top guys available. Then we got the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the Atlanta Falcons have a problem, okay? And here it is. They went from a team with too many wide receivers to a team with none because Ridley is someone that they need to get rid of. So right now it doesn't even have wide receivers a need, but it's going to be a need for them. They need edge, cornerback, quarterback, tackle, or running back. You know what? I'm going to say at this point, like right now, at this point of the draft, Carolina is going to, it's Atlanta. Atlanta, if they're not bringing in their quarterback, they're going to start setting up the offensive line, and they're going to go for Charles. Well, they really need a wide receiver. So am I doing the right thing here? Yeah, I'm going to have them take Garrett Wilson. I'm going to say that Atlanta needs to put a wide receiver in there. Okay, because they're going to lose Ridley. They're going to have to give him away or whatever, but it's just not working out. Then we get the Denver Broncos, very tough defensive team. Let's see where their needs are. The needs for the Denver Broncos are quarterback, offensive tackle, edge, linebacker, and defensive tackle. I think that they're going to see DeMarvin Leal sitting there on the board, 6 at good value for him slipping. And I think they're going to be the first team. They're going to be the team that does what fans dread. They're going to take a defensive tackle. So that brings the Jets at pick number 10. And look at that board that we have waiting for us. We have the choice of any of the 3 top cornerbacks in the draft. A lot of times we think at this point we would trade down. Maybe trade down and pick up Lloyd, pick up Dean. A lot of tempting picks here. We could take we could take Chris Olave and just put in a dynamite wide receiver. We've already improved the defense. This would improve the offense. We need a right guard. We might be able to get that later, though. We have plenty of picks. We need a linebacker. So this is our dilemma without trades. It's tough to pick for the Jets when you don't have trades. I think the wide receiver room, as much as we could use, and it would be better for Zach to have a wide receiver, where it's not the room that's hurting. It's not the room that's as in much pain. I think the Jets are actually going to – people are going to be shocked by this. I think the Jets are going to grab Stingley here if he's there, if they didn't trade. I think they're going to go for a lockdown corner. You move Bryce Hall to the other side. You have Eccles for depth. I think they're going to do it. So we're going to have the Jets take Derek Stingley. Very unpopular pick with most Jet fans. I'm probably going to be in a lot of trouble with a guy named Bob. Gitmo Bob. But I'll take my chances. Then we go to the Washington football team. The Washington football team, who was supposed to have a great defense, and it disappointed. They need a quarterback. They need a tight end. They need an offensive guard, and they need a safety. I think that what they're going to do right there, what does Washington need? They're not going to be able to get their quarterback now. So they're going to look at that board. Charles Cross, how long is he really going to sit there? Right? So they got lots of problems. Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. Martin is here. Joe Campione is here. Just to update you guys, I'm doing a full first-round draft. The Jets just took Derek Stingley with their number 10 pick because there was no trades. Normally, I would trade down and grab a linebacker, but I'm not taking one this high. And if we don't trade, I honestly think there's a chance Joe Douglas is going to pull the trigger on that. There's no question he might do that. We are up to the Washington Redskins, who really needs defense, I think, even though they were supposed to be good. They horribly, the Washington football team, they horribly underdelivered. But they need a guard, tight end, quarterback, and safety. So they pretty much put all their needs more to the offensive side of things. I don't see a guard here they would take unless they reach, and I don't think it's really reaching. I think that he's going to go higher anyway, but I think they're going to take Icky here. And and Icky's going to be their guard who can play tackle as well. Man, it's tough to pass on a wide receiver for the Jets, though, isn't it? But there's plenty of depth, and it's just not the position of horrendous need for us. Then we have the Minnesota Vikings, who also need a quarterback. but this is not the year to need a quarterback. It really isn't. Some teams might start grabbing him in the second round. As of right now, I don't see a big an urgency. Minnesota does need edge, and they're probably going to lose the good edge that they have. They need a safety. They need a tight end desperately, but they're going to wait on that. They need a cornerback or a linebacker. I think they're going to go for value here, and I think they're going to take Andrew Booth Jr. I don't know why he's ranked so high, but if he really is ranked higher than Sauce Gardner, then that's what they'll do. It doesn't matter. If they took Sauce Gardner, somebody else would take Booth. So Cleveland's is up. Cleveland might be in the quarterback market, but I don't think they're going to be drafting a new quarterback. They need an edge, a tackle, a wide receiver, a guard, or a center. Well, there's an edge on the board, and there's also a center on the board. I think that Cleveland is going to take David Ojabo over Tyler Lindenbaum because I think it's harder to find an edge, and they can find a center elsewhere. So I have Cleveland taking David Ojabo. Then we go to the Baltimore Ravens, who desperately need a running back, but they're probably not going to take a running back this early in the draft. They need an offensive tackle, a defensive tackle. Obviously, they believe he's going to come back. Okay, a cornerback, a linebacker, or an offensive guard. You've said enough. The Ravens, without question, are going to see Sauce Gardner there, and they are not a stupid team. They're going to grab Sauce right at that spot and be thrilled that he came down to them. Then we go to the Eagles, who have 3 picks in this draft, and they have the next 2 picks on the board. Let's look at what the Eagles' needs are. They might and realistically end up making a trade in this draft with all that capital. They need a cornerback, a linebacker. They need an offensive center. I can't see if it says center. Safety, tight ends. I think they're looking at cornerback and linebacker right now. They're a little bummed because the cornerbacks came off the board, and I could see them going. Let me see that. Is that an OC? Because if they need a center, oh no, it says quarterback. They don't need a center. Huh. All right. Well, you know what? I think they're going to take Devin Lloyd out of Utah. And I think they're going to take – I think they need a wide receiver, don't they? How could they not need a wide receiver? John Post, you're a fantasy guy. You telling me the Eagles don't need a wide receiver? Because that's hard for me to believe. Because no one's popping out for me on that team except for the one guy. Cornerback, linebacker. Cornerback, linebacker, quarterback, tight end, safety. I'm not going to take a tight end. They're not going to take a safety. They just got their linebacker. I think that they're going to take Chris Olave, wide receiver, because they got Devontae Smith, but they need someone on the other side of him. That would be a great combination. Yeah, they need a wide receiver. You take Chris Olave and stick him on the other side of Devontae Smith. That team's starting to get scary. So they took a linebacker and wide receiver. They improved their offense and their defense, 2 automatic plug-in starters. It's a good job for the Eagles. The Chargers are a well-balanced team. What do they think they need? They think they need a guard, a tight end, an edge, a running back, or a cornerback. This is not the best spot of the draft to be in for them. No wonder they always try to trade up because most of these guys are second-round type picks, the guys that are left. I don't see top guys on the board in these positions. I don't see top guys on the board for the Chargers sitting in these positions. I don't know if Charles Cross could play guard. I was told he could. If that's the case, I think that the Chargers would take Charles Cross. I'm going to do it anyway. I think that they have at least one of their tackles could move over to guard. But I'm pretty sure that Charles Cross can. It says he has elite athleticism. I don't know. There's no guard worth reaching for. Just based on their needs, the Chargers, it's rough. It's tough. Oh, there's Daxton Hill. There's Daxton Hill, and but they don't need a safety. They need a cornerback, edge, guard, tight end. running back. There's no one left, though. There's no edge for them. I don't know what choice they have. I think they're going to just have to take Charles Cross because of the value. You just got to throw him onto your offensive line. And then here we go with the Saints. The Saints team needs. There are going to be fans of these teams that say this guy has no idea what he's talking about. Wide receiver, defensive tackle, safety, or quarterback. Wide receiver, defensive tackle, or safety. Well, I think there's two choices here for the Saints, and I think they're going to go for the safety from Michigan, Daxton Hill, over taking a defensive tackle, Jordan Davis. I think they lost Rankins. Man, they're got a good defense. They need a quarterback on their offense. Okay, we're going to have them take Jordan Davis. He's higher ranked. Boom. There are a lot of safeties in this draft anyway. Okay, so now we get up to pick 19. The Eagles go again. So the Eagles got themselves, look what the Eagles already did. They got themselves a linebacker and a wide receiver. Team needs, if we go to team needs and we look at the Eagles, I don't know why it says they need a quarterback. They got Jalen Hurts and Minshew, and I don't know if they decided on either of them yet completely. They need a linebacker. They need a linebacker. Well, I think the Kobe Dean is perfect for them. And they grabbed the Kobe Dean to the chagrin of many Jet fans. And here we go with the Steelers. What do the Steelers need? Well, the Steelers need a quarterback. We know that. They need another wide receiver, probably. They need Linderbaum. They need a center, don't they? They must need a center. Although they did pick a center up last year, maybe. But he could be playing guard. Got to find out. Offensive tackle, wide receiver, safety, cornerback, tackle, wide receiver, safety. They're going to go for Daxton Hill. Boom, easy. See, this is why Lindenbaum's going to slip. New England Patriots. Oh, great. They're going to end up taking Lindenbaum. Watch. What are their needs? They need wide receivers. That's what they need. I'm going to do the smart thing for them because it's my responsibility to do the smart thing for them. They need cornerback. Those are gone. Defensive tackle. They can take a safety, wide receiver, running back. The smart thing to do for them is to take The smart thing for them to do is to take Drake London. That's who they're going to take. Boom. They're going to take Drake London, and then we go to the Raiders. Okay. Well, the Steelers needed offensive line help. They do, but they took Daxton Hill. So maybe this is not very realistic. I don't know. I just don't see them taking Lindenbaum. But they could have taken Trevor Penning. So it's okay if I made that mistake. It's not going to affect the draft that much. Sorry, Pittsburgh fans. Raiders. They need a cornerback, a defensive tackle, a wide receiver, an offensive guard. Who's on the board? They're not going to take Jameson Williams. He's slipping. He's going to slip. They need a defensive tackle, but they're not there. People are going to hate this, but I think the Raiders are going to take Treylon Burks. That's why he never slips to the second round, people. Okay. They announced that Mayock wants to be back. Okay, so now the Raiders add Treylon Burks. They're going to be very dangerous now in that wide receiver position because they have that amazing tight end. And now you're going to throw this guy Burks in there, and you're going to give Carr lots more guys to throw to, or a lot better option. Arizona, we come up to the Cardinals. What do the Cardinals need? We saw what happened when they lost their wide receiver. They became very vulnerable, but that's not their strongest need. They need a cornerback, a running back, an offensive tackle, edge, or offensive guard. And they see Trevor Penning sitting there at tackle, and they're going to grab him. Boom. Perfect matchup, right? Now they get their big offensive tackle, Trevor Penning, to help Kyler Murray have time. Oh, that Mayock won't be back. Okay. The Dallas Cowboys. Where did they fall short yesterday? What do they need? It's a tough one because what they really need is a coach. They need Brian Flores, is what they need. But where could they have gotten stronger? What if they get a little bit more dominating on defense? Did they really finish building their offensive line as much as they wanted to? These are the questions you have to ask. They definitely could use a defensive tackle, edge, cornerback. Yeah, these all make sense. Safety, offensive tackle, defensive tackle, edge, cornerback. So it's a lot of defense and then some offense. Well, if they need a cornerback, Khalil Elam is sitting there. And there's no reason why they shouldn't grab him. So Khalil Elam has done nothing but go down the boards. There's only so far that he's going to go down. So they're going to take a cornerback. They should have went defensive line, but there was nobody there of value that I see. They could have went for Trayvon Walker for Georgia. I just don't see them doing that at that point in the first round. But we'll see. And here goes Cincinnati, who's on the board. Cincinnati. They need an offensive tackle, a safety, a linebacker, a tight end, or an offensive guard. See, this is the problem with Lindenbaum. Nobody freaking needs him. They just, all the teams that are going just don't list center as someone that they need. I think that what Cincinnati is going to do in this case is, let's see, tackle, safety, linebacker, tight end, or guard. Ugh. I think they're going to go for Jaquan Brisker. Yeah, they're just going to knock that off and take a stud safety. Okay. Why can't I donate to this channel? Garrett, that is a really nice thing for you to even be thinking about. I'm actually, that's humbling and a little embarrassing. It's because I do not have 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours yet. To be monetized as a YouTube channel, you have to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's kind of why I do promotions and want to get to 1,000 and 4,000 viewers. The truth is, I'm not much of a rush, as you know, because you've heard me a million times and seen me on here a million times. You know, I'm an assistant principal to school. Good benefits, decent job. Me and my wife have a pretty good life here. I don't absolutely need to make money or, from the site. I enjoy this. When I see 8, 9 people in the chat at this point, after only been doing this since November on my own channel, and the thought of one day getting up to maybe 25, 30 of us even is just so exciting to me. The best way you can help me is if you have other Jet fans that or other NFL football fans, is to point them to my channel, help get me subs. Do what you do. Just be here to watch and participate and do all those things. Retweet my Twitter messages and everything. You being here right now is as good as a donation for me right now. And, one day it might be nice just to be able to cover. There's some upgrades I'd like to make. I don't want to go tell my wife that I want to invest a lot of money in this. I have an office upstairs here and I want to turn this into a real studio. Where I can get some different color lighting for, green for the Jets. If I'm talking about other teams, I want to get some shelving where I could put some football figures and kind of make a cool looking studio. I want to put more money to live stream and get the higher resolution so it's a better quality picture. So there are things I want to do, but I don't need to do that yet. One day when I get monetized, that's what I would do with money. If I made any kind of money from this sponsorship, I would invest it right back into this to increase your experience as best I can. But I so appreciate that question. You have no idea. Thank you so much. Such a compliment. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You have really, it's just you have no idea. You're making my day right now. Payo Time, how you doing? It's great to see you. Everybody knows Payo Time is a Rams content provider. I've said it a million times. Join him tonight for his watch party. I wouldn't recommend going anywhere else. It'd be really fun to watch the game with him. He's a really fun guy, really great content provider. Just so you know, if you like me, know that Payo Time has been a great friend to me. He's given me tons of advice, tons of support. So that's why you'll always see me passionately asking you to support him because I'm so appreciative to him. He's such a good person. And one day we'll play the Rams and we'll have him on. He's going to help me with one of these drafts when his season is over, hopefully after the Super Bowl. And he will pick for the Rams. The Rams don't have a pick in this first round that I'm doing, so I'm sure that he is not going to have much to say about the picks I'm making. So anyway, glad to see you. By the way, I met Pale Time through Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports and John Post, so I appreciated that. And of course, man, I'll shout you out every day of the week. And just remember when you're big time, Garrett. I tell that to everybody here all the time. That's the one thing that I could promise you guys. Everybody, like Christopher, also I want to throw it out there. How you doing? Oh, you don't think Brisker's coming out? Okay, so these are the things, man. It's hard to keep up with everything that's going on. So we would have had to assume that Cincinnati took somebody else. They would have maybe they would have taken Battle. Who knows? Anyway, what was I saying? I will remember everyone, man. Everybody that's here supporting me now. I tell my guests, I said, look, if this ever got really big and you like doing it, I'm not going to all of a sudden get too like, I'm not going to become one of those guys that say, oh, I'm sorry, I got other people offered. His channel is called Payo Time. If you type in the search for YouTube, Payo Time, it's going to pop right up. So just go Payo Time. Just do a search on YouTube. I'm going to add him into my About panel. I got to add his link. I don't have him in there yet, and I'll throw it in there. Okay, I'm right up to 26. No one's going to let me finish this draft. Question: if you were to quit your job for YouTube, how would you do it? Well, I wouldn't leave in the middle of a year. I love my kids too much. I love my principal too much. I wouldn't do that to her. I wouldn't do that to some of the, a lot of the teachers I have too much respect for, that I hope rely on me a little and appreciate my support. So I wouldn't do it in the middle of a school year. If I leave, it will be finishing. It would be finishing the school year. But as far as I know, there's no way to make. I wouldn't be leaving because I'm making money on YouTube, because I think you have to make. I think you'd have to have like 1 million users and have like 50,000 to 100,000 views per video to even think about quitting your job. I don't know. That's what people tell me. People tell me it's like almost impossible to make real money on YouTube. Although I think that guy, Tom Grassi, probably makes a fortune, because every time I go to his site and when his watch parties are going on, people are donating like $50, $50, $25, $100, $100, $50. So, I mean, he's making a living, but I don't think many people do. So, but I would quit by giving a lot of notice, and it would be after a school year, so they had plenty of time to replace me. And I'd stay the summer as long as they needed to train and ramp up the person that replaced me. You're welcome. Raiders have fired their GM. Wow, that's interesting that they fired their GM. But it's not shocking. You could think about it, and there's some logic to it, and that is, when you look at what happened to their first round picks in 2020, you could say, are they, what are the interviews? Although I really don't want to do that to Ruggs, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I moved to California when I was younger, I mean, this was 25 years ago, I did something really stupid. My brother was putting me up, and I was working at a Marriott hotel. I was just getting started out of school, and I went to a poker game, and then we went to a club, and I was drunk off my ass, and I drove back to his house, and I was probably doing 56. I was doing 120, but I was speeding, and I went back to his house, and I threw up while I was sleeping, the whole thing. The car was parked like laughable, like in his driveway on a slant. If I crashed, I would have ruined my life just like Ruggs ruined his life. Now, he was going 120. He made a horrendous mistake, and somebody died. And, he has to face the consequences of that. But as a person, there's no way the Raiders could have seen that, because anybody could do that. Anybody could do something stupid and make a horrible decision. I made a horrible decision that night, and I got lucky. So I'm going to be a little bit, I don't know if that's why they fired him, but I don't know. Maybe it was the deal he made with the coach. I don't know. But I'm not going to hold the Ruggs thing over his head. No way. Let me know next time you're in Cary. We should grab a beer. Garrett, I had no idea you were there. I'll be there in the summer. We'll definitely hang out. I want to go to the DeFaro Pizza Tavern there, because DeFaro's is a super popular pizza place in Brooklyn that you could wait like an hour. You go there an hour before they open, and then you wait online anyway. And I hear there's no line, and it's really good. It's the nephew, and it's really like high quality pizza. I think Y2K 99 Adam is going to meet me when I go down there. So you're more than invited. It'll be in the summer, and I'll definitely let you know. So absolutely my pleasure. I'd love to have a beer with you. Cowboys not drafting a cornerback. Please stop. We have Skelvin Jones. Okay, yeah. Hey, man, I made a mistake with that. You know what I mean? I'm a Jets fan, admittedly. It says team needs cornerback. I swear I didn't make it up. If I show you team, that's how I'm basing this. So next time, I promise I will not take a cornerback if I'm Dallas. I'm also bringing in, Mike is different. I am bringing in a Dallas insider. I'm bringing in a diehard Dallas fan. He's a podcaster. He knows a lot about the Cowboys. And he's going to do the Dallas Cowboy draft while I do the Jets draft. So I'll give you a better quality pick there because he'll be there to guide me and he'll make that pick for you. So, he took Leatherwood for the Raiders. That's right. So I promise you, if Lindenbaum is real, the 24 Cowboys will draft him. Okay, I didn't know how their center was. They didn't have him as a need. I knew that they needed to continue to build their offensive line. Mike, Mike is different. I want to say one thing. In my opinion, you could tell me I'm crazy. I think the Dallas Cowboys, and maybe you saw my video, and that's why you're here from earlier in the day. I think that the Cowboys should fire McCarthy and hire Brian Flores. I think he's an amazing coach, and I think he would I think your team would be dominating. I think the talent on that team, because Micah Parsons is going to be one of the elite defenders in the NFL, top 3 guy. Maybe he already is, I don't know, arguably, but like no question next year, he's got a crazy future. You guys got the team, man. You got a great team. I think that you need a coach, and I think Flores, what he did in Miami, I like him. I'm a fan of that guy. So anyway, I think you should do that. Maybe you can get on board with me. And believe me when I say that, yeah, McCarthy needs to go, man. Dallas is just, it's really been coaching, man. Like they've had, for the last 10 years, they've had teams capable of competing, like, and really going far. It's been to me, it's been a coaching issue. Question, will Stafford trade happen on January 30th unofficially while McVay was in Mexico? Do you think a Wilson trade is closer than we think if it happens? Do you think a Wilson trade is closer than we think if it happens? I don't know. I don't know if they're really serious about trading Russell Wilson. I think because it's so hard for me to wrap my head around it because it's such a stupid thing to do. It's just so stupid. As a Jet fan and somebody who's never had a quarterback, like barely, since like Pennington, he keeps getting hurt. To me, it's just so obvious that when you find a special quarterback, you build around that quarterback and you keep that quarterback. And they need to work that shit out, man. If they trade Russell Wilson, they're stupid. I don't know. I don't know if there's a reason to rush because I think there's a lot of teams that are going to want Wilson if they do trade him. So I think they should build up the anticipation, make it like an auction or a bidding, and just increase the capital they can get from a trade like that. You live in Clayton. Okay, Clayton wasn't far. I'm working Cary. Just hit me up. Okay, my parents are in Cary. My brother is in Apex. So I know what area you're in. I go down that 55 and go to Backyard Barbecue all the time towards Durham. I'm all over the Cary area, and I've driven out to Clayton, believe it or not. I used to live out there. I've lived in the Triangle. Not Clayton, but I lived in the Triangle when my parents and brother were there. I've lived everywhere. So, Mike, it's different. Kellen will be fired. McCarthy will stay another year. Sean Payton is the target next year. Okay. So you guys got that figured out? It's a Kellen issue. Okay. All right. Look, I'm not going to argue with a Cowboys fan, man. You guys know, I'm just calling it from like a very broad view. I'm like, holy shit. Brian Flores was fired. Every NFL team that wants a coach should go for him. Do you want to keep Schultz or can we have him? Yeah, we would really like Schultz, dude. Schultz is gone. We draft another tight end. Trey McBride in the second. That's some interesting. You might not have your chance for Trey McBride because that's who we want, buddy. There's going to be a fight for Trey McBride. Even if we took Schultz, even if Joe Douglas for the Jets went and got Schultz, we're still taking McBride. But I can't say that factually because if we get Schultz, Joe Douglas might be willing to wait longer in the draft and grab a guy like Charlie Kohler or Jeremy Ruckert or something like that if we already got Schultz. But we desperately need a tight end in New York, in the Jets, as you might know if you follow them at all. But hey, man, thanks for being here. I hope you subscribed, buddy. Again, I'm going to have my friend Kevin. He's going to be doing Dallas Cowboy drafts with me. As soon as he recovers from yesterday, he wants more time to look at PFN and look at the players that are available, and he's going to be joining me. And I'm going to be doing content from other teams, but the Cowboys will be one of the teams already where I have somebody lined up to be with me to help provide content. So I welcome you to subscribe. And like I was just telling all of my peeps here, I do not forget my early supporters. If you guys help me build up this channel, I will remember you and I will read your comments or have a Patreon thing when I will complimentary let all of the people that were here early that helped build me in for free or whatever it takes, that membership thing that Ryan does at Jets Talk 24. I don't know, but I will find a way to show appreciation to the people that were here early that helped build this channel up. Anyway, we're going to pick for the Dolphins right now, who just did the stupidest thing in football. They fired they're basically their number one asset. He subscribed. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And by the way, you'll always get respect here, man. Even, you know what I mean? Like, we'll always respect you, even though a lot of us are Jet fans. You'll always get respect here. You know what I mean? If you respect these Jets people, they're going to respect you. And one of my best friends is a Dallas fan, and the guy that's going to come on this show is a good friend of mine who's a Dallas fan. So I'm always very respectful. So Miami needs a running back, a center. Okay, so game over, right? Dallas would have done this according to our new Dallas Cowboy fan friend, but Miami is going to grab Linderbaum straight up because if he slipped down to Miami, there's no question they're going to take him if they need a center. Okay, we're talking about future. Plus, the center crop just got a lot thinner because we know that what's his face is gone. Okay, Patterson. Okay, so now the Buffalo Bills will go. What are their team needs? Probably nothing. Cornerback, that's surprising. Okay, defensive tackle, safety, running back, or wide receiver. I say they're going to take the best one of those that are on the board. So we're going to have Buffalo go and grab safety Lewis Seen. There you go. Help you guys feel your need. Detroit will go again. Detroit picked earlier. They took an edge. So let's see what else they need. Detroit is like us. They have a lot of holes. They need a lot of help. They need a wide receiver, a linebacker. Who is that? I wish they would just make the letters bigger. I'm an old man. I can't see it. They need a quarterback as well. So here's what I'm going to have Detroit do. They're going to shock the world. And in the second round, they're going to say, we need our quarterback of the future. And they're going to grab Howell. So there you go. Detroit now has a quarterback. And now we go to Kansas City. KC has some needs developing. Some of their guys are getting older. They had some problems this year. They had some problems at tackle, at edge, linebacker. I say that they're going to go for Jermaine Johnson from Florida State and grab an edge. Try to increase their pass rush. Tampa Bay is on the board. You see how fast I'm trying to do this so we can get to the Jets. Tampa Bay is on the board. Running back, defensive tackle, edge, cornerback, guard. Wow, they have a lot of needs. I say that they're going to grab an edge too. We're going to have a little bit of a run on edges, and they're going to take Trayvon Walker from Georgia. Okay. And then we get to Tennessee. Tennessee Titans. What are their needs? Their needs is wide receiver, tight ends, offensive guard, or center. They are so mad that Lindenbaum slipped. That's why we're not getting Lindenbaum. We have no chance of getting him. Let's look at those needs again. It doesn't look like the draft board is very friendly to them. Wide receiver, tight ends, guard, or center. So who would they want in this situation? They are going to look down, and boy, they're going to be disappointed. Are they going to jump down that far? No, they're not. They're not going to jump down that far. They're going to take. You know who they're going to take, these motherfuckers? They're going to take Isaiah Likely. Because that's how stupid Detroit is. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. We might get Detroit fans on this board sometime. I apologize that for Detroit. It's just that you haven't seemed to make the smartest moves in the world. So, until you prove yourselves, I have to have you doing things that might not always be the brightest things to do. And who knows? Maybe he's going to be a stud, and I'm an idiot because maybe Likely's going to be the best tight end in the draft, and he's going to be a stud for you. So Green Bay goes last. Green Bay, who's about to lose their quarterback. No matter what happens, he's gone. That's the guy who's gone. I don't see Aaron Rodgers returning to Green Bay. They need a wide receiver that they never seem to pick because they've needed one every year in the first round. They need a cornerback, a tackle, a linebacker, a defensive tackle. They need anything. So I think that they're going to go for Perion Winfrey. Take a tackle. And that is, why is it saying Cardinals? Oh, we could look at each team and see what they did. Okay. How about we look at the results in a different way? Okay, here we go. Round 1. Here's the order. Evan Neal goes to Jacksonville. Hutchinson goes to Detroit. Corral goes to Houston. The Jets get Thibodeau. The Giants get Kenyon Green. The Carolina gets Kyle Hamilton. New York gets George K., the Greek Freak. Garrett Wilson goes to Atlanta. DeMarvin Leal, defensive tackle, goes to Denver. The Jets pick up Stingley. The Washington football team picks up Icky, builds up their offensive line. The Vikings take Andrew Booth Jr. Ajabo, the edge, goes to Cleveland. Sauce Gardner ends up in Baltimore. The Eagles pick up Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, Chris Olave, the wide receiver, take a giant step forward and improve their roster. Charles Cross is dropping down, but ending up in San Diego, which is beautiful for the young quarterback, the young star there, Justin Herbert. Jordan Davis, defensive tackle from Georgia, is going to end up on the Saints. The Kobe Dean is going to end up on the Eagles, and boy, did the Eagles strike gold. They're going to have 2 stud linebackers and a stud wide receiver. Daxton Hill, the safety, ends up in Pittsburgh. They'll probably take Lindenbaum, though, honestly. Drake London goes to New England. They need a wide receiver. Traylon Burks goes to the Raiders. They need a wide receiver. Trevor Penning goes to Arizona. Perfect fit as they need a tackle, and he was the best guy on the board. Khalil Elam goes to the Cowboys. Cornerback. They already strung there. They don't need it, but I made a mistake. The Bengals take a safety, Jaquan Brisker. Tyler, which is probably not going to happen. Tyler Linderbaum, if he was there, don't ever think we have a chance of getting him in the second round. He is dropping because Miami would never let him get through. Buffalo got Lewis Seen, the safety. Sam Howell, the quarterback, is the second quarterback drafted, and he's going to the Detroit Lions. Jermaine Johnson, the edge, is going to Kansas City. Trayvon Walker, the edge, is going to Tampa Bay. Tennessee takes the first tight end, Isaiah Likely, and Perion Winfrey goes to Green Bay because they need a tackle on the defense. Question, who's more likely to make the playoffs next year? The Jets, Giants, Lions, or Jags? I will say the Jets, and I will say it for this reason. The Giants are not filling their quarterback need, right? So now the Giants could turn things around. They could go both picks offensive line and suddenly have transformed their entire offense. The problem is they got Dallas and the Eagles in their division, okay? And they're not going to overtake either of those two teams. They're just going to struggle just to be better than the Redskins. They're a mess right now. So I don't see it being the Giants. I'm not saying the Jets are going to be in the playoffs, but I say they have a better chance than the Giants. They have a better chance of the Lions because the Jets have started their rebuild sooner, where the Lions are stuck in no-no land with this guy Goff. So they're gonna have to rip it down and rebuild it. The Jets have already started to do that. Like as far as they got They got AVT, and they got Becton coming back healthy, and George Fant turned out to be an amazing surprise. They got their running back in Carter, Elijah Moore, wide receiver. They got Michael Carter the second is a slot secondary guy. They got C.J. Mosley in place. I mean, the Jets I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. The Jets. I'm going to be happy with 7 to 8 wins. Take that next step. And then the following year is where they make their push for the playoffs, especially because the Jets are going to be starting like 6 players next year. The Jets division is not easy either. The Jags are a mess, though. So I don't see how they're going to help themselves in the draft from one draft. And they don't have as many. They have Trevor, but that's it. They doubled up on running back, so they didn't get anything exciting in that. Their wide receivers don't excite me. They're going to have to go offensive line and start building. Their defense is inconsistent. They were good. They were bad. So I don't see a team here that the Jets don't have a better chance of, but I don't think any of these teams, including the Jets, have a very good chance, nor do I expect any of these teams to make the playoffs. I would be thrilled if December comes around and the Jets still pop up on the graphic as in the hunt. And then whatever happens, if they didn't make it, we would still be happy. That would be a huge step forward for Jets fans. And Jet fans that don't realize that, I'm sorry, but that's the reality. And a lot of people say, oh, we expect to win every year. I've become a realist. And Zach is still growing. And even if we have an amazing draft and we put great pieces in place, we're going to be starting 5 to up to 6 starters next year. 4 minimum, up to 6 starters. It's going to be another year of growth and development for those guys. I don't expect it, especially our division, New England and Buffalo. It's not going to be easy. A.B. Brown, Titans, can't afford him. Yeah, I don't know if he's in his contract year, though. I think that they can afford him by protecting him. Like maybe he signed his option. I don't know. But maybe they trade him. Maybe they're willing to trade him for a reasonable price. I don't know. Look, it would be great to have A.B. Brown on the Jets. I'm not going to lie. And I think we all know why it would be great to have him. A.B. Brown is good friends with Elijah Moore. That there would be something there. It would put a spark under him, man. Those two together, like best friends, they're so close. It would bring a really good vibe to the team. I just don't know I don't know that it could happen. Let's see. What time does my boy go on? 24/7. He goes on at 5:00 and we're at 3:30. Okay. So just so you know, I'm just talking about Ryan. Jets Talk 24/7 goes on today at 5 p.m. Eastern, and it's 3:30. So we are good. We are not conflicting with him. Peo time with the questions. He is the best at creating questions. By the way, I don't think I played my intro, did I? Oh, yeah, I think I did. Okay. Look at me. I'm always looking to play the intro. Okay, so what do we do now, guys? We did the draft. We had our first round. I made some mistakes. A Cowboy fan was nice to come in and point it out. I'm not mad about it. You saw it. We're not fighting about it. I appreciate it. He gave me good feedback, and I'm going to take that feedback. And the next time I pick for the Cowboys, I'm going to go a different direction. It seems like they want offensive line. So we'll try to focus and get them an offensive lineman next draft. And eventually we'll do a full Dallas Cowboy draft along with the Jets and my friend Kevin Hood. So that will be there. That opportunity will be there. I know what you guys want. I know what you're asking for. You're going to want me to do another draft right now for the Jets, right? And it is mock draft 11. And I know that that's come to mean draft for the Jets. So I'm assuming that you're here waiting for me to start a draft as the Jets, all 7 rounds. Is that right? So I'm going to tell you right ahead of time so you don't get mad at me. Okay, Joe? I'm going to warn you right now. I'm telling you that I'm doing this. I'm trying different strategies, like just to have different looks. So for this particular draft, I'm not saying that this is the draft we're going to do. I'm not going to say which one. I'm not going to saying that this is what I would do or this is what I want. But to make this interesting, because I do so many, boom, do it. I'm going to do a draft where we take lots of trades and we try to build a team, not with blue chip guys, but with volume. Like I'm going to bring in just guys that can help the team and fill our holes. Okay? Yeah, so and Jets agrees with me. He says Jets too. And I'm not trying to be Jets bias. I just think based on where those other teams are. And the Lions, yeah, I mean, if I had to pick the second team, I would pick Lions only because they seem so I have to do this over again. What the hell just happened? Sorry, guys, I messed that up. I forgot to select Jets. I said 7 rounds. I got to pick Jets. Let's draft. Okay. Anyway, for this draft, I am going to go trade like a lunatic, trade like a lunatic, trade like a lunatic. Now, what's nice is, look at this. You want to talk about trading in small increments? Look at this trade offer. I'm going to trade like crazy, and I think it's a deep draft. I'm going to get us lots of players, good, decent players who can contribute to our team, build the depth of our roster, build up some capital for next year. Next year, we'll go for the big fancy names, the blue chip players, but we'll be a deeper team and ready to really make a push the year after that. That's just this strategy for this particular draft. I picked the perfect draft to do it because Thibodeau and Hutchinson are off the board, as is the Greek Freak. So we're not getting a premier edge anyway. Okay, so this trade looks so good. Baltimore wants to give us their 14th pick, their 45th, their 2nd, and their 4th. And I could hear Bismo telling me this. He's saying, Jeremy, take the Giants trade down 1 spot to 5. You're going to get the same trade offer anyway with the next pick. So we're going to take our 4th and our 69th. We're going to go down 1 little pick because we're planning on trading down anyway. And we're going to up our 69th pick to the 36th pick. That's beautiful. Baltimore will probably come back with that same trade offer in a second. So let's accept this. We go down. Who did the Giants want? The Giants wanted Evan Neal. Take him. And there, I told you it would happen. Baltimore comes back with pretty much the same exact trade anyway. What is that? What the hell is that? To who? Yeah, someone's talking about European football fans. I know that they're very fanatical. NFL, we don't do the things we see happen in Europe in the NFL though. Like we do some nasty things, like I saw some fans yesterday throwing object at referees. They were throwing their stuff at the referees going back into the tunnel. But I've seen some pretty horrific things go on in Europe in soccer. So that's just my answer. We're not like that. You know, people don't get killed or crushed or anything like that. So anyway, Baltimore is giving us the same offer that they were before. Pretty much the same. Our 5th pick goes to 14. Our 145th pick goes to 45. We go up 100 spots, and we get their 2nd round pick next year. There's no other trade offer, so I'm going to accept that. I told you this is going to be a heavy trade type of draft. The Saints are offering their 18th and 49th for our 10th. I really want some capital for next year. And here we go. Kansas City is saying we'll give you our 29th, our 61st, our 2nd, and our 4th. I think I'm going to go back to 18 with the Saints and pick up that extra 49th pick. Okay. Now we get to 14. Kansas City wants us to trade again. I'm going to say no to them because I'm not going back that far, and I don't want to go back to 28. We do need to get somebody, right? So here we are. We haven't picked yet. We have the 14th and 18th pick in the draft. But look at all the other picks we picked up. We go 14, 18, 35, 36, 38, 45, 49. We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players so far in the top 50 of this draft. I see Stingley on the board. A lot of people like that. But I'm going to go right. I'm not going to take any chances. We're going to grab our edge, Ajabo, right now and just snatch him right off the board. Okay? So we got the edge. He's a little bit riskier than the others. I think he's as good a prospect as the Greek. Dallas is offering us their 24th and their 2nd. I really like that offer. I don't mind going back to the 24th. I would love to have their 2nd round pick. Minnesota's offering us their 46th, 77th, their second and third next year. I'm not interested in that if there's no first round thrown in. And Vegas is saying go back to 22. It's only 4 spots. And for our 162, they'll give us their second round pick next year. I'm looking at who's on the board. I still see Lloyd. I still see Icky. I still see Drake London. I see Treylon Burks. I don't see Nakobe Dean. That's a little disappointing. I'm gonna go down 4 picks. I'm gonna accept that. Seattle wants us to go down to 41. I'm not going to do that. Detroit wants us to go down to 28, and they'll give us their second. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to pick here. And we're going to take Devin Lloyd at linebacker. Right. Or do we go for the guard? Ooh, that's a tough one, guys. We can go for Ekwano, which would be a beautiful pick right now. We can get Christian Harris later. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, we can get Treylon Burks, right? Is he still there? No, look at that. You see, I'm pretty smart. The Steelers took Treylon Burks. See, it makes me look smart from the last draft. Okay, we're going to go Devin Lloyd. Boom. We need a linebacker desperately. Let's just – no. We need a guard. Ikem Ekwonu is a guard who can move to tackle. He's versatile. He's the perfect fit in our system. Okay, so we got ourselves a guard and an edge. We stuck to our word, and we're focusing on the edge, on the trenches, I mean. Now, this is an enticing thing. Carolina is offering us a first-round pick for next year. Wow. And a third, but we have to drop back all the way to 105 with this pick. And we have to give up our 114. See what the next offer is. Kansas City's saying, hey, come down to 61, and we'll give you our second and third next year. Man, you guys are going to kill me if I do these picks. I think we have too much need. I don't think we could do these. Oh, I love that first-round pick offer, though. I'm not going to lie to you. That's so tempting. Okay. We got the 35th and the 36th pick. Okay? And Daxton Hill slipped, the safety. And he's right up there. That'd be beautiful for us. I like that a lot. We didn't get linebacker, but we got the next pick, so we got plenty of time to get Christian Harris. I'm going to take Daxton Hill, safety, from Michigan. Boom. And here's our next pick. Pittsburgh wants us to trade it down to 52 and give us their second. And Tampa Bay wants us to give up another pick, just to go down all the way to 62, 94 and second. I'm not going to do that one. No way. I'll take the Pittsburgh one, though. Accept. Okay. We go down a little further, and there are the Rams, who just hate draft picks. The Rams are so determined to not have draft picks that they're begging us to take their second, third, and fourth pick next year. They're 141st, and they're 100th this year for this 38th pick. Now, if you look at what we have on the board, I don't think we can afford to do this because actually I think we can afford to do this, believe it or not. I think we'll still get our guy. New England is saying go down to 54 and have our second and third next year, and they want our 108. I like the Rams offer better. 100, 141, second, third, and a fourth. Man, you guys will hate me now, but you're going to love me when the draft is over and I show you what I did for next year's draft. Man, you guys are quiet in there. You guys are so quiet in the chat. There hasn't been a chat since this one. Do I have to block this guy? Is that what it is? Is it some kind of spam? Okay. There we go. Okay. We have one offer. The Cardinals want to give us their 55th and their 87th, so we upgrade our 141 to 87, but we have to drop back our 45 to 55. I'm going to cost us getting some of the guys we want if I keep this up, so I have to say no. I think I already cost us. Wow, I already lost somebody that you guys are going to kill me for losing them. Yeah, I already lost us Harris, I think. Yeah. Never going to hear the end of it, man. Get my Bob is going to kill me. 45, 49, and 52. Okay, let's start. Let's get busy, guys. We got to start filling our spots. Is McBride there? Okay, let's just grab Trey McBride before we lose him. Okay, they want us to go down to 54. I'm not going down to 54 for their third. Fuck them. Fuck you. I'm going to go for. We got Pickett, Zion Johnson, Brees Hall, Jalen Weidemeyer. I took McBride, Jahan Dotson. Now, we did not take a wide receiver yet, and there's Dotson just sitting there dangling in front of us. There's also a great cornerback named Roger McCreary, but we can get him with the next pick if we want it. So let's grab Dotson right now and get ourselves a wide receiver for Zach. Okay, he's really good. If you don't know him, he plays for Penn State. You can look it up. He's a pretty good wide receiver. Probably be a nice, good, solid starter, a good contributor to the team. Miami wants to give us their 99 and their second next year for our 52nd. That's way too much. I mean, that's not enough. They're not offering us nearly enough. So we got our wide receiver. We still need a linebacker, but there's no one of value to take at this part of the draft at linebacker, so it doesn't make any sense. Zion Johnson from Boston College is there. That's really great value. But I think it's a little offensive line heavy at this point because we already took Icky. We have not taken a linebacker, but there's no one on the board that I can see that makes any sense. That's the problem. So if we go to defense and go to linebacker, oh, look at that. I don't know why he dropped, but Brandon Smith is still on the board. So, and we don't go again till 100, so he'll probably be gone. I'm going to just take him because I think that's a mistake. I don't know why they dropped him so much in the rankings. I'm taking Brandon Smith. This is going to look good at the end, right? I just got Brandon Smith with the second. Okay, Chargers. Everybody wants to trade. I think we got, I'm not moving down 20 spots to go up around next year. That's like an even swap. That doesn't make any sense. Plus, the Chargers are better than us. And there's a good chance that that's not even a full round. It makes no sense. So let's look where we are. What do we got? Tonight is our first 10 o'clock mock, everyone. It's going to be a great offseason. Cool. Tonight's going to be Green Bean's first Monday mock. That's cool. I thought Boy Green's going to do something like that too. So hopefully there's no conflict there. But your drafts aren't going to be as fun as mine, Green Bean. I'm more fun. No, I'm just kidding. We got our linebacker now. Boy, were we lucky to get him where we got him. Now, what do we do? We got an edge, a tackle, who's going to play guard. We have a safety, a tight end, a wide receiver, a linebacker. We need a running back if there's one available, or we can go another linebacker. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's look and see what's up there. Jake Ferguson is up there. There's some extra edge guys up there if we want to double down. We can take a tackle who doesn't necessarily have to play right away, but could be a developmental guy. I could piss Bean off and take a defensive tackle, Matthew Butler from Tennessee or Zachary Carter from Florida. And why not? Why? Conflict is good. Not for me, it's not, man. I'm hanging by a thread here to have people on my site, man. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not playing that game. I go alone. I sneak on here when no one else is going. I am a coward. Okay, I'm a coward that only eats a teaspoon of hot sauce. I'm going to say that we need to take a defensive tackle. I'm going to try. Do we do that over Tyler Algier? Let's see how many running backs are left. People say we don't need another running back. It drives me crazy. It's like, what do you mean? Of course we need another running back. You want Walter? You want Ty Johnson on the team still? I mean, they don't like LaMichael Perrine. We know that. So, I mean, let's give up on that dream. Maybe they'll want to give Zach his boy back. Maybe they'll say, hey, you want your buddy from BYU, the guy you already know and feel comfortable with? I don't think we need a running back. I mean, I think that if we use Perrine and we got Coleman is good for another year, we got tons of picks especially, but what I did in this draft, I don't think we need a running back. I don't. Do we double up on wide receiver? Doesn't make sense. We could double up on tight end. Yeah, let's do that. You know what? I'm just going to grab Jeremy Ruckert because he's a stud. And they got it wrong. They're totally wrong in their rankings. Ruckard's not slipping down to that far. You got to grab Ruckard when you're at like a pick 100. Let's see. Nick Benito. I don't think Green Bean likes him. I'm not going to take him. Charlie Johnson is done. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. People like, let's see where we are. We could use another safety or linebacker, I think. I think we could use another safety or linebacker. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. When do we pick again? 114. I don't know if he's still going to be there at 114. Oh, yeah, he will. He will. I don't see the point in taking a risk, though. Let's just grab him right now. I'm going to grab my dart. This is my sleeper. His name is Jeffrey Gunter. He's the edge from Coastal Carolina. And I think he's slowly moving up the boards each time they redo the rankings. I've watched a lot of tape on him. I'm throwing a dart on this guy and saying Gunter. And then with our 14th pick, I'm going to go with I want to take Munford just for his name. You know, Munford and Sons. Let's see. Nah, we're going to take we already got doubled up on tight ends. We need safeties. We need linebackers. I like Servasia Dennis, the linebacker. I want Yusuf Corker from Kentucky. It's a good safety. I think we like taking safeties. All right. What do we got left? Anything? 141. Let's make sure it's not our last pick. Oh, it's our last pick. I think we have to take a developmental tackle. What say you, Green Bean? Maybe we need to take an offensive. Nah, you know what? Let's grab a center. Nah, screw that. We'll get a center when we're ready to get a center. We're going to take Zacoby McClain from Auburn. Let's get another linebacker in the room. All right. Let's see how we did. Let's see where we are. Before I have to go, my wife is calling me. Okay, so here's our draft. Now, I said ahead of time, this draft is going to be, we're going to pass up on going for the big blue chip names, and we're going to do a lot of trades, and we're going to try to build up picks and capital for next year. So let's see how we did. The biggest sacrifice we made is we didn't go until 14, and we ended up with Ajabo as our edge, which is a gamble. Okay, I try to back it up with Gunter. So if Ajabo was a bust and Gunter worked out, then I'm not so stupid. All right. We got ourselves a guard / tackle. This guy will be a Jet. He will start at right guard immediately. He'll fill a giant hole, and he could move over to tackle at any point. So when we get our future center, McGovern reworks his deal, whoever it is, this guy can move over to tackle. If we lost George Fant one day, if Becton doesn't work out, boom, we have a tackle. But for right now, if everybody's healthy, he's our right guard. Daxton Hill, one of the highest ranked safeties in the draft. We need help in that room. Daxton Hill gives us that help. I think we finally solved the tight end problem with Trey McBride. He's a monster. If you haven't seen him, go watch the tape. Unbelievable receiver, not a bad blocker. He hits guys, and he does in the run game, he pushes people around. Jahan Dotson, I love. He could be a sleeper wide receiver. He might not work out. He might work out. He's a top 50 pick. He's a top ranked guy. He played for Penn State. He's got good hands. He's fast. He's good off the line. He's a crisp route runner. I mean, he fits our system. Brandon Smith, I don't know why he went down in the rankings, but I'll take it because he didn't lose any appeal to me. He went to linebacker university. He is a stud for Penn State, like all the other linebackers that have come out of Penn State. Very happy with that to throw him in our room. Jeremy Ruckard, if McBride for somehow didn't work out, or why not take a weak part of our weak room on the team and turn it into a powerhouse room? Now we have McBride and Ruckard. Obviously, if we sign Schultz, we might not do this, or maybe we do. Maybe we go with 3 new guys and then special teams is Yeboah. And maybe we have all young stud type guys, and Schultz is the one veteran who we know is a proven NFL good receiver. Jeffrey Gunter is my dart. I love him. Watch him. He beats his man in every game on so many plays. He's always beating his man. Yusuf Quaker from Kentucky. Good safety, solid guy. Might be an NFL starter someday. Believe me, our coaching staff has taken worse than Quaker and turned them into very functional starters. Elijah Riley. Zacoby McClain, he's another coach-up type guy. Plays for Auburn, big school. Who knows what we could do with him? I mean, you saw what we did with Quincy Adams, right? We got to get bodies in there, and we got to get talented bodies. These guys are all, projected to be NFL players. And then look what we did for next year. Next year, we will have 5 second-round picks. 5 second-round picks in next year's draft. That's what we would have. So we get all these players, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. A Jobo's in the rotation right off the bat. Icky's our starting right guard right off the bat. Daxton Hill's a starting safety right off the bat. Trey McBride is a tight end that contributes right off the bat. Jahan Dotson probably gets reps, and he's hopefully by the end of the year, he pans out. We don't know, but he'll be a contributor. Brandon Smith is a starting linebacker right off the bat. Jeremy Ruckard's going to make the team. We all believe that. We know he's great. We shore up that tight end room. Jeffrey Gunter's a dart. Yusuf Quaker almost definitely makes the team based on our situation with safety. Zacoby McClain is a guy that has a good chance of making the team and being a linebacker depth guy. We start to build and deepen our roster. And next year we have 1, 2, 3, 4, our own 5 second-round picks. What can we do with those second-round picks? We could take 2 of these second-round picks, combine them, and move up into the first round and have an extra first-round pick and still have 3 second-round picks. We can take 3 of these second-round picks, move up deep into the first round, who knows, and still have 2 second-round picks and a first-round pick that's really high with our first-round pick. We also have a third and a fourth, so we have a whole nother draft here. We can turn maybe 3 of these into a first and have a first, second, third, and fourth next year. That's what we did here, guys. So that's just an example of if Joe Douglas wants to go into the draft with the Trader Joe mentality, be sure not to miss Green Bean's first Monday mock draft. Hopefully, you'll continue to watch mine. He's better than me. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you. I filled my addiction for this for the evening. Thanks to you. Thanks for hanging around. Have a great Monday night. It's back to work for most of us tomorrow. If you didn't work today, I'm not thrilled about that, but we got to do what we got to do. Enjoy the playoffs tonight. Don't forget, Payo Time is also doing the watch party tonight as well. Take care, everyone. Be good. I leave you with this. I like Hutchinson the best, and I don't think Linderbaum is worth a top 10 pick. Thibodeau slipped, and I am going to grab Thibodeau. The Giants took Khalil Elam. Good for them. Kenyon Green is a guarantee in my mind. He would be such a dream pick right here. Evan Neal is still on the board. I'm not going to pick this out. That 44 pick could be tight end. That 44 pick could be a good linebacker, a good safety. We could drop back 1 pick and pick up a second rounder from New Orleans. We got options here.